My name is Charles Vogt, and I go by CV. I've worked as a scientist after getting out of graduate school for over 30 years.
And why science?
Why not?
I knew that was the answer.
No, the question is why science? Because basically we find ourselves stuck in a world that, in fact, right now, people don't want to listen to science. We have a tendency to cherry pick what we want. So yes, science is important. Which science, though? How many different sciences are there? One would argue the mother of all science is political science. I'm not akin to that, so no political science today.
So yeah, beach sampling, what exactly is that?
Many years ago, it was believed the entire coastline of the state of Florida was polluted. And it was based on the fact that everyone assumed, because there wasn't any data sets, that all the tributaries that were emptying out into the Atlantic and the Gulf were contaminated. That might have been true, but there wasn't any data sets that really safeguard the coastal areas where people recreated. Implementation by a rule, which was part of the Clean Water Act, gave certain parameters for the state to come through. And when they received grant money, federal grant money, they established a program to evaluate the coastal beaches as far as potential impact of recreation.
How often do you do beach sampling, and what exactly are you looking for?
Well, that's the key point, is that that has changed over the last 20 years from the original inception. There are certain basic organisms that are used as indicator organisms, one of which is E. coli, and the other one used to be known as fecal strep. It was changed. It's now called Enterococcus. So Enterococcus is what we use now. It is an indicator of a potential source. But believe it or not, in some cases, in the case of Enterococci, it is actually some degree it's indigenous.
Does it actually have to go in the water?
Yeah, essentially what you're doing is you're approaching what is supposed to be a safe condition, sampling at a 3-foot depth below the surface, collecting at a mid-water column, eliminating any type of surface material, and theoretically not contaminating it.
Most days in Florida we know are warm, but occasionally we have those really cold days. You guys still have to go
Suffering.
out.
Oh, hell
in
yeah,
like 30
man.
to 40 weather.
It's easy to sample ice.
So you usually get shafted.
Yeah, usually somehow it could be perfect weather, and then everyone ends up calling in sick, and you get the ice cold adventure.
I think that's all I have.
Well, that's nice of you to entertain me.
Thank you for helping me.
Let's wait for the plane. The plane! So the risks